Hey guys, in today's video I'm reviewing a product called Waalaxy, which is a product meant to help you get traffic from LinkedIn by automating the lead generation process. Now, Waalaxy is currently available on AppSumo for a lifetime deal for $59. And in this video I'm going to talk a little about the creators of the product, which is a French company called Waalaxy, and this is not their first attempt to create a LinkedIn related product. They have previously created products such as Prospecting, Padawa, and Piwa. I'm also going to take you inside the members area for a quick demo, and I'm also going to walk you through the different features of the product. Now, at first glance, Waalaxy seems to be an amazing product, but there is one very important aspect about this product which makes it a total deal breaker for me. Now, if you want to know what that is, make sure to stick with me to the end of the video. Now, as usual guys, this review is based on my personal experience as an internet marketer and is my opinion only. So if you're ready, let's jump right into the video. I am now on Waalaxy's website, and I'm going to walk you through the different features of the product in a moment. But before I do that, I wanted to briefly talk about the company and the people behind Waalaxy. As I've mentioned in my intro, the product has been created by a company called Waalaxy, which is a French company. And the co-founders of the company are these two guys here, who are Guillaume and Toinon. So they are the co-founders of Waalaxy, and this is not their first attempt at creating a LinkedIn related product. They actually describe Waalaxy as Prospecting 2.0. And besides Prospecting, they have also created two other products related to LinkedIn, which are Padawa and Piwa. They also have a YouTube channel where they have quite some content. I have personally checked some of the videos, and I must admit that they are some of the videos are very useful. So let's go back to the website, and you will note that they have some quite good reviews from, for example, Google reviews, from J2 and Captura. And if I scroll down, you have an image that summarizes how Waalaxy works. So the start point is to add prospects to your account, and you do that by connecting Waalaxy to your LinkedIn account. And you can then use automation to send messages to your prospect through the LinkedIn messaging service, using the LinkedIn messaging service, and by using email simultaneously. And the emails are found using another French software, which is called Drop Contact. I can show you the website here. So this is the website for Drop Contact, which is basically a B2B email finder. And if I scroll down further, you have a brief explanation of how the software works. And I'll go in much more detail about that when I do the demo of Waalaxy. But what it basically does is that it imports your contacts, and it then uses LinkedIn and email to reach out to those contacts. And you can then track those results using Waalaxy. So let me now take you inside the members area for a demo. So the very first thing you will need to do is to download the Waalaxy Chrome extension. So you need to install that first, and once you do that, you just need to go to your LinkedIn account. You then need to do a search for the kind of people that you are targeting. For example, let's say I'm targeting internet marketers. So I'm looking for people. I can also narrow down that search by specifying some specific location. For example, let's say I'm looking for people in London, in the United Kingdom. So once you've got that search result, all you've got to do is click on the Waalaxy extension, Chrome extension here. And you can then specify the number of contacts that you want to import on Waalaxy's platform. So let's say you want to import 100, and you need to create a list for that search. So I would call it Internet Marketers London. I would say create, and then I would click on validate for the software to start importing that. So as you can see right now on the screen, the software is importing those prospects into Waalaxy. And if I go on Waalaxy's dashboard, you can see a pop-up window here which has a progress bar that shows the number of contacts that has been imported into the software. So this process takes quite some time, so I'm going to stop this and I'm going to use the Waalaxy list which has been provided along with the software. So if I go to prospect, there is a Waalaxy list. So I've got this this list here which I've just created, but I'm going to use this Waalaxy list here for the purpose of the demo. So I'm going to close this here. And so once you've got your contacts into your list, you can then use that list to create campaigns. So you can select your contacts, and then you will see a bar which appears on the top of your screen here. And you can either use that list to add to an existing campaign, or you can start a campaign directly. So I'm going to start a campaign. So you've got different options here. You can start a campaign for a simple invitation, or you can do an invitation and eventually send messages. You can also browse other sequences if you want to do that. So it will take you to this page here where you've got different options. So you've got a beginner sequence, you've got a LinkedIn sequence, and you've got a LinkedIn and email sequence. So you can preview or select any of these options here. So if I click preview on this one, so it gives you an image showing you how the automation would work. For example, in this particular case, it will start with a request to connect, and then you can send an email, and then if they do not reply, there's a delay, and then a message will be sent through LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. So you can pick any of those templates and use the automation as per your wish by just clicking here on use this template. So I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to close that. And to create the different messages and emails, you need to come to campaign here and click on messages. And on this page, you can create the templates for the different emails and messages that you are going to use in your automation campaigns. So you just need to click on create a template here, and then you just need to pick message, and then you just need to give a name to your message. So I'll just call it test, and you can pick from message or invitation. So if you're sending your contact an invitation, so once you do that, you can then type in your content here, and you can then save it by clicking here, save as new. So there is also another feature called LinkedIn messaging, which is not available right now, but which will be coming soon. So with this feature, you will be able to access the LinkedIn messaging system from inside Waalaxy. You then have the queue, which is basically a list of queued actions. You can also access the settings. You can also see a demo of how the product works, which is a link to a video on their YouTube channel. And you also have an FAQ section. So when you click on any of those questions, this takes you to a blog post, which basically answers the question. So another thing worth pointing out here is that they also have a chat feature here through which you can access support. So all in all, Waalaxy seems to be a great product. I've tested the campaign and it works. The product works, and they have quite good support, and they have quite a good amount of content that is going to be quite helpful in understanding the product and how to contact your prospects. They also have some very good reviews. However, there is one particular aspect about Waalaxy which makes it a total deal breaker for me. This is a very important aspect, which is the software doesn't comply with LinkedIn terms of service. And the creators are aware of this. They know about this. Let me show you LinkedIn terms of service and explain in more detail. If we read this here, any misuse of our members' data, such as scraping, violates LinkedIn terms of service. When anyone tries to take member data and use it for purposes LinkedIn and our members haven't agreed to, we work to stop them and hold them accountable. And if I read this here, which is an extract from the help section about the prohibited software and extension, you can read that LinkedIn is committed to keeping its members' data safe and its website free from fraud and abuse. In order to protect our members' data and our website, we don't permit the use of any third-party software, including crawlers, bots, browser plugins, or browser extensions, also called add-ons, that scrapes, modifies the appearance of, or automates activity on LinkedIn's website. Such tools violate the user agreement. And if we read further here, it reads, any member who uses tools for such purposes is in violation of the user agreement. This means they risk having their accounts being restricted or shut down. So guys, this is clear that if you are using a software such as Waalaxy, you are running the risk of having your LinkedIn account shut down. And for this reason, I simply cannot recommend Waalaxy. Although it's a product that works and it does what it says, what the vendors promise, and despite the fact that it has amazing reviews, I simply cannot recommend and promote that product. And that is why you won't find a link to Waalaxy in the description. I also reached out to the vendor of Waalaxy to ask them directly if Waalaxy complies with LinkedIn terms of service, and they were quite honest to reply that they don't. And the other thing though that is quite annoying is that they seem to be okay with that because the other automation tools don't comply as well. So it's just like saying that because they are doing something wrong, it's okay if we do that same thing as well. So it's like saying it's not wrong because others are doing it, which for me it doesn't make sense, right? So some other interesting question as well was that that was asked is there a chance that Google could remove Waalaxy from the Chrome store for violating LinkedIn terms? And here again the vendor replied and said that they don't think that Google has any incentive to do that, but you can't be 100% certain. So there is some chance, how small that may be, but there is still a chance that Google may remove Waalaxy's Chrome extension because they are violating LinkedIn terms of service. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of Waalaxy, and as I've clearly stated, I do not promote the product, and I cannot promote the product simply because it doesn't comply with LinkedIn terms of service. So you won't find any links to the software in the description, but I will certainly leave a link to a free training if you are interested in building an online business. So if you are interested in building an honest online business, you can check that out. So with that said, guys, that's all from me for today, and I will catch up with you in my next video. Cheers.